Hello everyone, this is Clossi, and we are back with another Clossi approach to 15Q video. Today we're going to be playing another 15Q and getting some more examples for you guys to use and apply in your games. Once again, we will be following the basic rules. One Joseki that I know for the 3-4 and the 4-4, so we know one Joseki per opening move. We are going to defend our cuts like we have been doing, and defend our weak groups by staying connected, getting a base, etc., etc. And we are not allowed to attack anything except for invasions. The basics we will be following are these rules and the basics of the Clossi approach, which is basically where's my weakness, where's my opponent's weakness, where's the big move. And the big move basics are going to be open corners, open sides, largest framework, biggest in-game. And then for the attack and defense basics is going to be make a base, run away, and then make ice space and Vita Point. And for attacking, that is reversed. It is take a base, surround, reduce ice space, fight a point. All right, so that's it for the Clossi approach. You can see more about that on my website, challengegogroup.com. But without further ado, let's go ahead and try to find a game. Ooh, we see, I see Roland 9 Don on here. It's a strong player. We are just going to be waiting on a game. Usually it can take up to like 1 or 2 minutes. Hopefully it won't take that long. But yeah, how did you guys think about the last video? Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking about this series. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying this, and hopefully you guys are learning a lot, because I'm making this series for you because I don't enjoy sandbagging. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this to help you guys and help you guys get some basics and show you that you only need basics to improve. The reason I chose these rules, if you don't already know, it's because I think the biggest mistakes for 15Qs is basically defense, basically making points as fast as you can. Don't waste moves. Make points as fast as you can. And then defend those points. Like, defend your weak group so you don't get attacked and give your opponent a lot of points. Defend the points that you work hard for, because you're supposed to be a little bit faster than your opponent if you're working on the basics. And then you need to be able to defend those points, because your opponent is going to likely invade or try to reduce or break in or something. And you need to be able to defend those points effectively if you want to be able to keep your points. And I think that's the biggest mistakes for 15Qs is making points at a decent pace and then keeping those same points. Keeping the points is actually one of the biggest mistakes I see, is they end up getting to fights and then they mess it up and points just disappear. So that's what we're going to be working on once again today. I haven't decided quite yet how long I want to make each rank, so I'm thinking like every 5 ranks we should do this, but I'm not sure how many games I want to play for each rank. I'm thinking maybe like 3 to 5, and this will be technically the 3rd one, but it's more likely 2, because that first one was kind of it's like a 20Q. So this is more likely the 2nd one, I want to say. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I do like 3 videos per rank, 5 videos per rank? Let me know. Also, let me know what ranks you guys think I should tackle. Should I do every 5 ranks? Should I do like the barriers at like 12Q, the barriers at 10Q, 9Q, the barriers at 5Q and 2Q? Should I do those barriers, or should I focus on certain ranks? Is there a rank that you would like me to tackle? Maybe it's your own rank that you struggle with. Would you like me to try and tackle that rank? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I do try to read the comments. Even if I don't always respond, I do try to read every comment as soon as I can. So let me know about that, guys. Let me know what you guys think. But, uh-oh. Looks like we have to try again. Couldn't find anyone. Same. Here we go. 15, 14, 15, 16 Qs. Yeah, there's a lot on. There's a lot of people with 0 games, though. What I find interesting is they have 0 games, but their wealth is like level 7. I think that's like the betting currency or something. My wealth is like level 1. Their level's like level 6 or 7. So maybe they just watch games or something. I don't know. I picked Foxy because I thought it'd be fast between Foxy or Taijum. I already have the setup for Foxy, so it's pretty easy to just add it to my scenes. But it's taking longer than I would expect to get in the game. Hey, if someone doesn't mind, go ahead and put that timestamp down below when the game starts. So that way, if others reach this point, are like, where's the game? They can just go right down below and just click that timestamp. Would appreciate that, guys. Looks like most of them are actually declining. Like auto-declining. There we go. Request.
Start to play.
Alright, here we go. And we're going to play the cross, so to prevent the cross Joseki, just because it's a little annoying to deal with. I'm going to continue with my Nirensei. Going to play our basic Joseki that we know and love. Alright. We're going to go bottom side and right side, so we're going to go ahead and develop ours. Play our same Joseki. Alright, so now largest framework, it is blacks, so we're going to 3-3. Oh, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I guess the left side is technically still an open side. Normally with a double wing, you immediately 3-3. But just to follow basics, we're going to go here. We do have support on both sides, so we're going to go high and play a high extension. Because we do want that extension. And this is okay. So, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just need to play good basic moves. Alright, so he is high on this side, or we are high on this side, so I want to block that side. Alright, we know our 3-3 Joseki, so we're just going to play a 3-3 Joseki. Alright, no big deal. Defend our base and keep connected. Alright, so we've done that. Usually against this shape, you do want to push, so we're going to go ahead and push. We can take Sente here, but because it's a shape that I want you guys to learn, I'm going to go ahead and push. Alright, so he's built, so now we have Sente. So largest area is definitely blacks, so we're going to go in. 3-3 is our first easy invasion point. Alright, so you go here. I think he's copying AlphaGo, so if you want to just play normal, you can just do this. You go 2, so that way the block is not Sente. Alright, and there we go. And that is that. So all we did was just make our ice base, right? So now big move, still black. So again, there's not really an invasion point, so we're going to have to reduce. So the line of the influence is here. So let's place somewhere on this line. And if we can build while reducing, that's perfect. So this would be a very ideal move. I think somewhere over here might be a little bit better, but I think this is more obvious for this level. We're just going to build while reducing. And this guy's actually playing quite well for a 16Q. So he is playing, so all we're going to do is continue our reduction. So the line of the Moyo is here and here. It does look like we play here, he's just going to block. So I think the line of the Moyo is more likely here. So we'd have to go somewhere like over here. And I think that's a little bad connection. So I'm going to kind of go over here now, simply because I want to make sure I'm connected while I'm reducing. Just for safety. That's mostly why I'm choosing this. I could simply jump again, but I kind of want to like reduce while staying connected. So I think, see, this is the line of the influence. I think this is good. This gives me 2 ways to go, 2 ways to escape, so this is okay. So I'm getting a very interesting wide range of moves in 15Q. So I've gotten the 20Q, 15Q, I've gotten the 15Q, 15Q, and now I'm getting a 16Q that feels like he's like a 12Q, maybe 10Q. So it's very interesting. Well, we're just going to keep following the Clossi approach and see where we end up. He's thinking pretty hard about it. All right, so he's going to go there. I'm going to continue with my plan to reduce because I still have 2 directions to run, so I'm just going to keep reducing. And 1-point jumps are a great way to just move inside of an area. As long as you can connect back out, you're still okay. If you haven't already, if you're wondering what shapes are good for staying connected and moving around the board, go ahead and check out Dson's shape lecture. You can actually just search on YouTube DSAUN, and you can find Dson's shape lecture. Just type that in, Dson's shape lecture, and it should be on YouTube. And I think that's a great shape lecture to watch. So here, he is blocking my escape route, so I am going to have to escape another direction. I can cut off this stone and start a counterattack and destroy this area while counterattacking, but I think that's a little high level for this level, so I'm just going to run away. So we're going to be very basic and keep our escape routes open. So I played this shape because it's a tiger's mouth to connect, and if he plays here, I can just push through and capture the stone, or play a tiger's mouth here. So if he tries to play here, I can play here, and if he plays here, I can play here. So it's kind of like a very good running shape. This is kind of the, I think this is the dog's head, because I think this one's the giraffe, so I think this one's the dog's head. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the dog head. And this is great for staying connected and moving around. So in this case, we could have moved in, but once we lose one escape direction, we need to play the other, because it's kind of a Miai, which means if he plays one, we play the other. So he took one escape direction, so we need to immediately play the other. We're fine as long as we have 2 directions to get out. But as soon as we lose one of those directions, we need to immediately get out, make sure that we're okay. Because safety first, then reduce. I like how much he's thinking. He's a very patient player. Try not to think for longer than 2 minutes, though, because I think at that point you're overthinking stuff. All we need to do is just ask ourselves the basics and then find a move to accomplish that basic to the best of our ability, right? What's more important is to gain more experience by playing lots of games than thinking for 5 minutes every single turn. All right, so here we still have 2 directions, so we're still okay. So we're going to keep pushing in to the big moyo. We're staying with our weak group. It's okay. This is our reducing move, so we're trying to reduce while keeping our escape routes open. This is how we reduce. We would normally try to reduce while making a profit, but he's preventing that on both sides. So in this case, we're just going to keep our escape routes open and take as many points as we can, or snag as many as we can while we get out, because he's blocked our profit, or I say profit, he's blocked our potential to trade. So there's not really much of a trade, so we need to destroy both. If he destroys ours, we destroy his. And since his was the bigger area, well, it's actually good for us. So usually when you have a reduction, you usually have 1 or 2 options. One is you trade, which means you give your opponent some and you get some, and that's a good balance of the points. The other is if they choose to take yours, then you have to take theirs while also keeping your escape routes open. So that way it's either trade or destroy both. But if theirs was bigger, then it's okay for you to do that. It's okay to give up some points if you're taking points as well. Because usually you want to play in the biggest framework. If it's theirs, you want to reduce it or destroy it if you can. And then if you want to trade and get some for theirs, that's a good exchange. But if you destroy both, then it evens out, so that way they didn't get more than you. So either way I think is an okay plan to destroy this area or to deal with this area. We can either trade or destroy both when we're wanting to reduce. Usually we leave it up to our opponent. If they're willing to give us points for their points, then like they buy us out. I'm usually willing to do that because usually it's okay. As long as you get something for what they get, even if it's like a couple points less, it's usually okay because you do get to do it in Sente. But if they start destroying yours and getting greedy, that's when you have to destroy theirs too, because then you can't just give it to them because you're not getting anything in compensation. So I'm going to stay connected and keep walking in. And that's all I'm doing here. And Tiger's Mouth is Vita Point, which is very nice to get to as well. So here he is trying to test the connection of this stone. So I need to connect back with this stone. But he's also not connected. So normally you could think about a counterattack here. But in this case, I just want to defend. So I'm going to defend first and see what I can do later. And defend by staying connected. Alright, Tiger's Mouth is Vita Point. So I'm going to defend while staying connected. This would be okay because I can push through and cut. But because I'm really, really, really focusing on connecting, I can do this. And this technically keeps me connected in weird shape. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the proper way to play at this level is. I want to say Tiger's Mouth is Vita Point is the better way to go. And it's okay, even if we're wrong, whether we played A or B, even if we're wrong, it's okay, because we don't have to play perfect at this level, right? All we have to do is play basics, and we should come out on top most of the time. We don't have to come out on top every single game, and that's okay. But as long as we're coming out like most of the time with a lot of points, then we're doing pretty good. And then we just need to focus on the reviews and fine-tune it in order to make it work for us. But I think if you have an option like that where it's just one or the other, just pick the one you're comfortable with. Because I don't think you're going to ever be able to figure out, at least at this level, you're not going to be able to, no matter how long you think about it, you're not going to be able to figure out which one's better than the other without like perfect reading and judgment. So if it's just too much time to waste trying to figure out these little things. So if you have one that's both of them look about approximately the same, just pick the one you're most comfortable with, and it should be okay. If someone comes by and tells you later, that's fine. Just make sure they tell you the reason why and try to remember how they arrived to that conclusion so you can arrive to it next time. So here I'm going to focus on defending my weak group, but this is losing its escape route that way, so I do have to be very careful here. But these two stones are connected, so these two stones are technically weaker than this group. So I'm going to defend my weakest thing first. But notice how I'm noticing all my weaknesses on the board simultaneously. I'm not just identifying one weakness and then fixing it. I'm identifying all the weaknesses every turn and then fixing the weakest one first. So it's very important to keep track of all of your weaknesses, guys. It's very, very important. So I've saved these two stones, which are destroying this area, so I've connected back. So these two stones were more than just two stones. They were an area because they were this entire area. Now, very easily, I could have sacrificed it and started a big fight if I wanted to. But since we're just playing basics, I'm going to save my group, which is an area, or stones that are worth an area. So in this case, my judgment might not be perfect, so I'm going to save the stones that look like a group, and that's what I did here. That's how I arrived at this conclusion. Our opponent is being very careful here, which I think is very good. He's putting a lot of time in the middle game, and I think that's very, very well done. Alright, so he's going for the points. But I'm going to focus on my weak group because I did lose my escape route, so I'm going to go here. I could also choose a Hane. Hane might actually be a little bit better here. I could also choose a jump. So I have like many options here. So here I want to decide which one has the least weaknesses. So if I Hane, he plays... Okay, so we can get one stone here. If I play here... What I'm worried about is the Hane, actually, and checking my connections. So maybe I don't like this move. So I guess just a jump it is. I'm going to run and give myself Miai to get out. So he is destroying a lot of points. He's actually playing quite nice to destroy this area, taking advantage of my mistake of trying to get greedy and save the stone. So I say it's a mistake because I know at my level that I know it's a mistake, but at 15Q it's not a mistake. But he is taking advantage of this area very nicely. So I will have to come back and destroy this area to keep the board even. But weak groups first. We can always catch up in endgame if we get behind. As long as we play Sente endgame, it should be okay. It should work out. So we're all waiting on him to play. Christmas is coming up, guys. So what are your plans for the holidays? You got any cool plans? Maybe anything Go related? Maybe not Go related. It's perfectly fine. Christmas is not only a Go player holiday. I usually just always have Go things on my mind every time. But what are you guys doing for Christmas? Anything cool? Anything special? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys are doing for the holidays. By the way, if you're watching this video after the holidays, this was made in like December. I'm not sure when I'm scheduling it. I have to like make this series first and then schedule it. But I am scheduling this. This should be released before Christmas of 2018. So here we're just gonna stay connected. Very nice, very simple. So he's actually peeping to make sure his connection is strong, which I think is good. But since we can't attack, he doesn't know we can't attack. But since we can't attack, I don't really care if he does this or not, because I can't attack it anyway. But under normal circumstances, I would want to attack this pretty severely. All right, so he took my escape route. So center of 3 stones is the vital point. So you want to, when you have like 3 stones like this, you want to jump from the center. It's the best shape. So I'm going to run away and stay connected. So Black's actually doing quite nice, destroying White's points. So now we are connected. We don't have any weak groups anywhere. So now it's time for a big move. So largest area, it's definitely Black's. So we want to reduce that. So center of 3 stones, so I can just keep pushing in. I want to just start jumping. You can 2-space jump here because you have 3 stones. You can 2-space and stop back a little bit, but I think it's a little much for this level, so I'm going to 1-space just for safety. And I think it should be okay for this level. All right, now I'm just going to start pushing in while staying connected. And Tiger's Mouth is a great way to play here because it gives you 2. It fixes the cut with the Tiger's Mouth and it lets you push in. Stay connected. As long as you stay connected, it's fine. You can play any of these shapes. All right, so we are officially done with the middle game. Like, at this point, we're officially done with the middle game. We've played the largest areas and done everything we could. Everything's pretty much settled. So now it's time to start the end game. So let's start playing our Sente moves. Stay connected. It's fine. Stay connected. So I'm trying to identify, like, while my opponent's thinking. Let me just explain a little bit why I'm being quiet. Is because I'm trying to identify all the weak games while my opponent's responding to the obvious moves. So this one, he clearly should respond here. So while he's thinking, or maybe overthinking, or maybe even on my turn, I might sacrifice 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even 2 minutes, and identify all the end game points and try to play them in the best order. So like there's here, 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 here. I'm trying to identify all of them so I know what to play and try to figure out the best order for them. Now, at higher levels, you would count the value of each one and try to play the maximum value. But mostly what I'm doing at this level is just identifying where all the endgame is and then figuring out which ones are Sente. And then I'm playing all the Sente ones first. So he did ignore me, so I'm going to go ahead and punish this. Because if your opponent ignores your Sente move, keep playing it. Because it was Sente, right? You determine it's Sente by the follow-up value. So if any time you're wondering if it's Sente or not Sente, just look at the follow-up. So imagine me playing here and him playing here. Which one's bigger? His area was a little bit bigger than mine. So you can. All I'm doing is comparing shapes, not actually counting it. You can improve that with practice and study. So like if you get an endgame book, or you play like 13 by 13, just practice the end game. Or if you just play lots of games and get to the end game and practice it a lot and review them, you just start recognizing shapes. End game problems are technically the best, especially end game books. Those are really good for improving your end game. But for starters, just try to find the Sente moves that just break into areas. That's usually the best bet. And usually that's first and second line first is usually the best bet to start out. I could prove it, but 15 Qs don't know how to prove it, so I'm kind of just hoping you take my word for it, because I could prove it with some counting, but it's not like it's going to be possible for you to do it at this level in your games anyway, so don't worry about it at this level. Alright, so he played there. Very nice response, actually, so I'm going to just take my stone and threaten to keep pushing in. So I got mine, so he should get his now. So that would be the proper way for black to play to be consistent is you Tanuki this because you thought it was small, so now you should go over here because now you've got a stun to respond, so now you should go over here. And that would be a good trade-ish. That's 15 points, so it is big. I am going to keep pushing in the areas because I want Sente. Sente's so big. I want Sente. These are 15 points, but this is big too, guys. That is very big, but it's 15 points, and that's just a shape I just know. That's a shape that's like in books. It's common examples. This is just 15 points. Just know that. But these are also really big. So I'm just gonna keep pushing in. Keep pushing in. Keep pushing in. I'm just doing everything I can to be Sente. Alright. That was Sente. Alright. I'm out of Sente. Sente first and second line. Do have this move, so we can go ahead and play here. But this actually isn't as big as first and second line moves. I know this, that's what makes it hard for me to play this, because I know center moves are really small. Same with this one. It's all, so I think it's now time to start responding to the first and second line moves. So I'm going to start here, take his Sente, and get my points. Anything that can just break into my area, I want to stop. Alright. And then here. Yeah, just stop him from breaking into my area. That's what I'm trying to do here. This is big. Mm-hmm. He's getting his Sente. It's very nice. He's actually playing quite well. It's like he's watched this video or something. So he's actually playing quite well. I'm very impressed with this person's play. He might be a little bit stronger than 15Q, but it's no big deal. I mean, if someone's a little bit stronger than 15Q, cool, you just learn from them. Stay connected, very important. Alright, so now he's invested, so now I can reduce. So now I have Sente again, so let's start reducing. I'm going to reduce this way so I get some points as well. Actually, I'm going to start over here. This one's bigger. Sente, Sente, Sente. Make sure your moves are Sente. And just keep walking. As long as we're connected, we're good. Alright. Here's Sente. Okay. Now I'll go back to here. So I think this player is actually really well balanced. I'm very impressed with this play. Alright, so now we have Atari and push. So now we have some connection issues. So I'm going to play right here to fix those connections. If you can fix it in Sente, especially in endgame, always try to fix it in Sente. Alright, so I fixed it, so I'm good. Reduce. Threaten to reduce. Cool. Ooh. Honey. Sente, Sente, Sente. It's all about that Sente. Is he gonna ignore me again? He already let me in over here. That was like 10 points. Because every single, like, you can just actually count the stones at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like more than 10 points. Here, I'm just gonna block. I do have to check my connections on my group. I have to watch that. Okay. He ignored me. The reason I blocked was because I wanted to keep my base, which is quite important. Keeping your bases is much more important than a few points. Alright, so this is fine. Can push again. Still Sente. There's no throw into Zuji or anything, so I'm good. Push in here. Sente. Life and death is good. It's fine. Alright, are we out of Sente? Pretty much. Pretty much. So now let's start defending. If we can defend in Sente, that'd be great too. Oh, here. That was big. Eh. Alrighty. So this is actually, sometimes in the corner, this one's actually Gote. And I want to say this one's Gote. This is just an in-game trick that I learned from a book or from a teacher. And honestly, I say that it's where you can learn it from. I think I learned it first from doing it. My opponent ignored, and my teacher told me that it was not always Sente. So I'm telling you that now. This is not in the corner, specifically, where it's only 4 points. This is not always Sente. So just take note of that. You can learn that in any type of in-game book. But it's not always Sente. So I can defend here. I can push. Start pushing. Start taking some more points. So I think we actually might lose this game, guys. I think this player played quite well. But it's okay if we lose. Remember, I said you only have to win most of your games. You don't have to win all your games. So if you can win most of them, it's quite good. Oh, points. This is bigger than that. So here. Can act as better than Tiger's Mouth unless you need eyes, and I do not, so it's better. So see here, I have co-threads. So gonna do this. Push. The reason I hate this one is because it's Gote. That's the only reason. Here. This feels Gote. I think I'm out of Sente moves, guys. Alright, so let's get a few points. Play some big Gote moves. Empty triangles in the end game is not always bad. Sometimes it is the best move, just because of points. That's a co-threat. Don't play Ataris that you're going to get no matter what. You just waste co-threats. So I think this is a very nice game. Even if we lose, I can be proud of this game, right? Because I'm a 15Q, my groups didn't die. Maybe I could have defended my areas better. But I think it was, basics-wise, I played a good game. I didn't do anything crazy. Didn't do anything fancy. I think our opponent just played quite well for a 16Q. I think that's all it was. And that's going to happen. So it's okay to lose every now and then, as long as we have okay results. And this opponent did try to destroy a lot of... did get to a lot of points, and we didn't have the shape knowledge to go in and destroy this area as well as we should have, probably. But at this level, I think that's okay. It's just learn one thing at a time. We need to master one thing at a time. When you get stronger, you can learn how to destroy these points. And that would be a little bit better. But right now, I think it's fine. Just learn one thing at a time. So I'm going to keep pushing in his territory. Playing strong in game. Push. Tari. Oh. Push. Push. And this is a free take because it threatens his connection. Okay. Atari. Free point. Alright. This is a couple points. Oh, Atari. Push. If it's sent, even if it's only 1 point, if it's Sente, it's Sente. Alright, so let's start reducing the edges. Can we do better than this? We can actually just go like right here, right? Oh, right here is big too. Let's go here.
Yoyomi now starts.
Made it to Yoyomi. I think he used his time wisely. He kept his stones connected. He didn't have any obvious weak groups or weaknesses. He destroyed my points in a very efficient manner. So I think he actually played quite well. This player played quite well. So I'm just going to keep my points. Seems good. I could also take points here. I'm going to take. I like taking points. Alright. Now I can keep my points. Here.
Nine, 8, 7.
So now I have no choice. Just gonna Hana here. Yep, you do need to be wary of the life and death with the Hane. That's life and death. You guys gotta know that. Now this move's big. Is that the last thing? I think so. It's 2 points here, and this is 2 points, so. You get a push right here first. I'll just take away his Sentei. Alright. And if you guys fill Dame, remember what I said in the last video to fill the important Dame first, like he did. Make sure you fill the Dame that might Safatari, or the Dame, yeah, perfect. See, this guy really knows his stuff. Suspicious. Suspicious. See, this is what I mean by playing important Dame first. You don't want to accidentally Safatari when playing Dame. Ooh, he has very good habits. Very suspicious. Okay, but no big deal. No big deal. Fix ours. He's probably suspicious of me too. Alright, so black plus 14. Alright, so we lost by 14 points, but I think we actually played okay at this level. At this level, if you're below 20 points with your opponent, I think you played a good game. You don't want to worry about, you don't need to be within 10 points of your opponent. You don't need to be within 5 points of your opponent. That's higher level stuff. So I think if you're a double-digit Q or a 15Q, if you're within 20 points of your opponent, you played a good game. Don't worry about losing by more than that, or like trying to win by more than that, or lose by less than that. That's not really feasible, since there's so many mistakes or so many chances for you to make like 10-point mistakes everywhere. If you're within 20 points of your opponent, I think you played a good game. It was a close game. But when you get to single-digit Q, that gap will decrease, and then it'll be within like 15 points until like 5Q, and then it's like 10 points. And then you get to 1 dan, and then you have to be within like 5 points of each other to be close. But I think overall, this game, we didn't do anything crazy. Yes, we were losing, but what I really want to stress here is we didn't do anything crazy, even though we were losing. We tried to go to the end game. We tried to make a comeback in the end game. We didn't. It's okay. It happens. We can lose every once in a while, and that's perfectly fine. It's better to play this way and lose every once in a while than it is to go crazy and try to win every single game and then just come up with a lot of bad habits and a lot of bad moves. And yeah, I could have easily destroyed this area, but that wasn't the point of this. The point of this was to show how basics can play a very good, solid game at this level. Now, I think this guy was a little bit stronger than 15Q, at least compared to the last guy I played. So I think he just needs to rank up. And you're going to run into those types of players. So I really wanted to make sure that you guys understand that it's okay to lose. I'm a 2-don and I'm losing to a 15Q. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Well, I'm a 2-don OGS. I'm a 4-don AGA. 4-don tie jump. Or sorry, 4-don Foxy. 5-don tie jump, 4-don Foxy. So on here, on this specific server, I'm actually a 4-don. I lost to a 15Q. But it's okay because I played a very solid game. I played a very good basics game. And I think that mentality is actually really beneficial for you guys. If you can get into that mentality that it's okay to lose every once in a while as long as you played an okay game. You don't have to play perfect. You don't have to play your best. You don't have to play 100%. As long as you're playing a good, okay game, a good flow. Maybe you make one mistake, something dies. Okay, that happens. Resign that game and move on. It's perfectly fine to lose every now and then. It's not about winning every game. It's about mastering the basics. And I think that's what I would really like to say here. So yeah, I did want to... This series was about showing how the Clossi approach can win at different levels and how to apply to different levels. But I wanted to also show from this game that that it's okay to lose, and that mindset is also really beneficial so that way you can keep playing games and keep gaining experience, because you cannot win every single time. And so even if I could have won this game, I think for this lesson purpose, it was okay to lose it, to try to stress to you guys that it's okay to lose a game every now and then. Alright, so even if this was a loss, I hope that you guys did find this helpful, and hopefully you guys are seeing how I'm just playing very basic and very calm and a very good flowing game. So I kept my groups connected. I kept my escape paths. I tried to destroy his area since he destroyed mine. He did have a little bit more, but he would have had more if I didn't destroy it. So maybe I could have tried to when I had my 3 stones right here. For example, when I had my 3 stones, and this is what you can learn when you review. So when you review your games, you can learn a lot. So I could have played even further with a shoulder hit. I could have, maybe not here, but I could have played even further with a shoulder hit. And if he tries to fight me, then attack this stone while threatening to connect out. So I could have gone deeper. I could have maybe tested the Aji in this area. There's all kinds of fancy things you can do, but that's not basic. And we don't want to learn these fancy things at this level. That's too much. We're just now learning how to stay connected. We're just now learning how to keep our points. So I think that's the more important thing to do here. So we did go for destroying our opponent's points because it was the bigger area. But I think here it was better to go here. And then if he had played Tengen, we could have easily cut him off. I think that would be a little bit better way to play here, simply because if you can attack a weak group, it becomes much easier to destroy points. And then if he tries to jump back, then we can use that to actually go in. And that'd be a very fast way to play. If you wanted to, I think the big thing was he didn't just try to keep his own points. He actually tried to, he didn't want to trade. He actually tried to destroy and say, if you want it, then I'm going to get a big area. And although I'm not a fan of Tengen to do it, I did like the idea. And I think this guy was quite a bit stronger than, well, not quite a bit. His basics were quite a bit stronger than Tenkyu. So I think that was... I think that was why we lost with the bases we were applying. But that's okay to play people that are stronger than your level, because I think there's a lot to learn from them. So here he balanced building while reducing, and I think that was actually very nice. Since it was Tengen, we could have tried to attach and started a fight here. But overall, I think we played quite well. Basics-wise, I think we played quite well. So let me know what you guys think about that. Should I have been more aggressive and destroyed the right side, even though it was a little bit above this level, just to keep the win? Or do you guys like the fact that I accepted the loss and just stressed about the mentality that it's okay to lose? Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. What are your thoughts on how this game went about? I know some of you are going to say this guy wasn't 15Q, etc., etc. And it's okay. If he was, he wasn't. It doesn't really matter. What matters is we're playing at a 15Q level and we're trying to work on our moves. We don't really care about our opponent's moves at the moment. We're not even attacking. So we don't really care about our opponent's moves all that much at this level. So all we need to do is just play basic, play ours. We did stick to our main Josekis, which was this approach, slide, jump back. We did this in both of our corners. You did see a shoulder hit, which was very nice to build this area. That's a common side Joseki, so remember that one. The 3-3 Josekis. We did play, I think, a very good game for this level. So hopefully you guys did find it helpful. Let me know if you guys liked that. And as always, guys, comment any questions that you have below, and I'll try to get to them. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this game. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.